Alright everyone, it is I, Schroeder Jester Valentine. And today I interrupt my hiatus to do a short little event, well, update stream, but it's technically more of a vent stream because, so I found out some shit about my computer. Or rather, some things that are very troubling and might make upgrading it a little difficult. Which is what I want to get into first before we explore the world that is planned to explore today. So, I took apart my PC the other day, or at least opened it up, to see how I'm supposed to go about upgrading this thing. And that's when I made a very unfortunate discovery. You see, apparently, because of the small ass case, it was using building it back in 2018 I blew all my budget on the huge ass 1060, or at least half of it, with 300, which because the 1060 cost like $350 alone back in 2018, and I had to then make everything else very cheap in response. So yeah, because I had to spend $350 on that, I had to basically cheapen everything else up, and basically just cheap out on everything else. And yeah, that's why I use a very small case and shit. Well, because I use a very small case, the hard drive is right over where my RAM slot should be. So in other words, in order to upgrade my PC, I'm gonna have to take out the entire hard drive to do it. There is no like sliding tray or rotate door or anything on here for the hard drives to go into, because this is a case from late 2008. It is the Roswell Ranger M, and that was again a case from 2008. It doesn't even have 3.0 on it. It just has USB 2.0 on the front. So yeah, I gotta have to take the whole thing out. And because of that, basically, I might accidentally end up killing my PC doing this upgrade. I might end up destroying my hard drive and losing everything. All my data, all my fucking thumbnails, my overlays, my OBS settings, everything, if I fuck this up. So, because of that, I did call off the hiatus, at least somewhat. Because I just couldn't stand the thought of losing my PC. Here's the thing: Vixen is a piece of shit, but it's the piece of shit that keeps this channel running. So, I need it more than anything. And if I accidentally fuck up and destroy this PC, then I am done for. Especially because I have no way to back it up because the USB controller is shot. So, yeah. That is currently where we are, at this kind of impasse where I want to upgrade my PC, but I can't upgrade my PC right now anyway. So, yeah, it's just a very unfortunate situation, and hopefully by the end of the week I will, either figure out a way to take apart my PC without killing it, or I will just abort the upgrade altogether, depending on what happens. But anywho, as for the world itself, so this world is actually quite old. It is magnetized. It is by Juice, the same guy who created Five Skies and a couple of other worlds you probably recognize, but I have never explored on this channel. And apparently this is actually quite old, a little older than Five Skies even. But until recently, it was so broken that a lot of people could not play through it. I think that's the story anyway. But then it received a recent patch, and Juice fixed it up, and now it's alright to play. So yeah, that is that's what I know of it so far anyway. So yeah. And I have played through it once before, and needless to say, it is actually pretty interesting. There are a lot of very interesting mechanics at play, and a lot of very interesting shit going on. So yeah, well, let's get to this and actually see what exactly is up here. As you can see, all these pictures here are indeed Forbes. Yes, that is right. They are Forbes that have been photoshopped onto classic paintings, which I think is a pretty I don't know what to say. It's pretty hilarious, honestly, but you know. Huh. Huh. So one half of the sphere is like reflective, and then the other parts aren't. So one part is, the others aren't. Very interesting. Yeah? We got some ice cream and I guess that's candy, but you know. And we also got little beer balls here. Hell yeah. Now, you might think that this TV is just, a regular old TV, but is actually something very interesting. So what they did is they basically overlaid um they what they did is they basically set up so that it has dual function. Is not only just, a regular old TV to display how the rest of the game's gonna progress, basically, but it's also um a Pro TV video player using Juice's custom UI setup and also using um some, preset music, some preset games and shit. So yeah, very, very interesting. Very interesting how they were able to, get the custom Pro TV shit to work on the TV. That is pretty interesting, needless to say. And very, very clever as well. Not bad, not bad at all. Huh? Oh yeah, and by the way, this world has a lot of flashing lights as you're gonna see. Shit! As you're gonna see later on. So yeah, pretty that warning is absolutely necessary, and if you are, I would advise you you click off now, or forever. Well, I don't know. You could continue watching, but I wouldn't recommend it, and don't say I didn't warn you. Huh. What the? Huh. This entire wall is now covered in a technical difficulties screen. What's going on there? Ah. And by the way, yeah, that's a really big selling point of this world is the pool mechanics. So basically what it allows you to do is it allows you to click on special little areas of the map, and then you are able to pull shit towards you. Like you're able to pull even entire rooms like this towards you. And there's the room we were just in. There's the technical difficulty screen, another technical difficulty screen, and some Donkey Kong, which, by the way, is gonna come up. Was gonna be very relevant very soon. Here in a minute. So, and by the way, to explain the lore of this or what's going on and why you're able to do this, Juice's lore is never very fleshed out exactly, but to give you the most fleshed out explanation I can, um, basically, you go to a basement to, experience some old video games, for nostalgia purposes. Watch some old TV, play some old video games, that sort of thing. And then you happen across an industrial sized magnet from a science kit, and decide to experiment around with it. And then somehow, whether or not, through your experimentation or whatever, a rift is opened via a light exploding, and yeah, that's basically what happens. And then the rest of the game, or rest of the map rather, happens from there on out. So that is pretty much the lore as far as setting it up and setting up what you're doing and how you got here and that sort of thing. But anywho, that jump down. Ah! Shat? And by the way, if you didn't realize it by now, this is indeed the same room we were just in. But not only are we smaller, but it's also all turned on its side because we came through where we fell through the TV in a position that made everything sideways for us. Fuck! There we go. Now, you can't just use a flying Abby. I do have some. Well, one main one, a God Runner. But I don't know. I've never been too big on showing off my God Runners on stream. Mainly because, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the kind of Abby you'd use on stream. And also, there's too high a chance of me accidentally touching some toggles I shouldn't on stream and then getting in trouble. So, yeah. And again, YouTube is a lot more is a lot better about shit generally than Twitch is. But I know even that is a bit of a stretch for some platforms that aren't, P-Hub. So yeah, I don't use them on stream very often, but so yeah, I did show the our method of doing it, which is to use a pillow or the skateboard, preferably, and just do it that way. Whoa! Shit! And yeah, by the way, the barrels do actually work, like in Donkey Kong. Like if you hit them, you are sent back to the start of this. Damn it! Entire section. There we go. Huh? What the? These, these barrels are full of, some kind of glowing shit. Almost looks like uranium. Or sun radioactive. Oh, and there's a coin. Which I'll show you what the coins are for, in the end. Holy. Now that is a big light bulb. Damn, it's just resonating with energy. Huh? What the? Where'd it go? Oh yeah, and oh yeah, this is actually the room where we started. If you think back to the beginning of this map, this is the room where we first started all this shit. But when we come out here, there's pretty big differences. Shit! Ah! There we go. Oh yeah. And this music does like I instantly recognized it upon hearing it. Because it sounds like one of the songs from either Off Peak or Tales from Off Peak City. And I played Off Peak. I've never played Off Peak City before, but I have played Off Peak. And hang on. Every time I'm on this game, somebody needs me. I swear to God. Every single fucking time. Oh yeah. And also, I do want to show you one more thing before we continue. Take a look at my profile. Notice anything different? Yes, that's right. I have 1 month of VRChat Plus. 1 whole month of it. Meaning that basically I've been able to form myself a little group and a bunch of other shit. And also I now have a little custom thumbnail, which by the way is a picture of Redline standing in front of the nuclear reactor in an organism, or epilogue chapter 2 rather. And I also have a logo here, which is also Redline. And what can I say? I love my God Runner, okay? Like it's the Abby that I'm most proud of. It's the one that I love the most. So yeah. And shit, I forgot to set my thing, did I? Well, okay, so I'm a professional dumbass. You know, every stream with me is super scuffed, whether or not you like it. There we go. Now that's better. So yeah, this is my so I got VRChat Plus and I'm using it to its fullest extent, except for Abby's, because here's the thing, like I have a lot of issues with fear of running out. So I generally tend to not use shit that is, exclusive to like a paid thing, only to, lose it later on. And by the way, just also added this little thing called easy mode, which deploys a little bridge. But of course, I do not like it easy now, do I? No, I don't. If I did, then I wouldn't have played Apex Legends for 3 months. No, I like these hard. Hard and, solid and, yeah, we're gonna stop there. Now, now this room, I was a little confused at what to do at first, because it has a little nail here, and at first I was taking the hammer and was hitting this nail and tried to force it in, seeing if it would do anything, like generate a portal or some shit. No, what you actually have to do is you have to take this and then, ah! There we go. And then you have to jump down. Now, this is a scene that should instantly be recognizable to anyone. Well, basically to anyone, but especially people who have watched, who have grown up in the 80s. Take a look at this. Da 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 la 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 tra la 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 la. Yes, that's right. It's Jurassic Park. Or a full recreation of the infamous T-Rex scene that has basically become a meme at this point with how absolutely famous it is. Complete with, I might add, a working flare. Fully working flares, and yep, that's right. The T-Rex even responding and moving its head to its presence. Now that is some next level shit. And it really shows how really, Juice already had a strong style with Five Skies, but with that head movement animation alone and how he, fully worked all that out, this almost really feels like some kind of improvement over Five Skies and a lot of his previous worlds, because a lot of his previous worlds, they were good in their own right, but I wouldn't call them groundbreaking. Or, all that noble. Like they were B-class worlds at most. But this, a fully working, or, near fully working Jurassic Park replica, complete with head tracking movements and a bunch of other really, really cool shit, is like, this really just pushes it to an S class because, one, not only did they take time to almost fully, replicate such an important and legendary scene from such an important and legendary movie, but he just did so well. And that really just speaks to, just how far this world is over even other Juice Worlds. Hell, to be honest, though this, isn't quite graphically on par with Organism, story-wise and, like, design-wise overall, is very, very close. Very, like, close. Well, I don't know. Epilogue Chapter 2 is my current top favorite world. Because it basically took what Organism did and what Epilogue did and then built upon both. Whereas this would be like a close fourth, to be honest, in my favorite, like, exploration, like, liminal-ish worlds, I guess you could say. And by the way, this handle to open the tunnel is a little finicky, but I found that generally if you leave it right there, it won't budge and close in back on you. And yes, those are little Lego bricks that are they're just, swimming about their domain. And real quick, I do want to take some time to talk about future stream plans. So tomorrow, I plan to eventually install Fallout 4. I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about doing it. To be honest, because the thing is that I will have to uninstall Genshin Impact in order to do that, because Genshin is the game that is taking up most of my hard drive space right now. It's taking up over 300 gigabytes of drive space, and thus is the main game I have to uninstall to actually get Fallout 4 installed on here. But the bad news about that is that it is near impossible to uninstall Genshin. I found out there is no installer, but it doesn't seem to work very well, according to a lot of people. And usually you have to go through the painful process of finding it in your programs, right-clicking it, and then uninstalling it that way. You cannot just simply uninstall it on your PC. It's this long, arduous process. So because of that, I don't know. I might end up either just installing Fallout 4, and I don't know, sacrificing Gary's mod to do it, or uninstalling Fallout 4, or rather, no, not uninstall Fallout 4. Uninstalling some other game and then installing Fallout 4 that way, or just plain out installing Fallout 4 and then dealing with, only having 230 gigabytes left on my disk. To be honest, I might try the third way, just because, in all honesty, I really do not know. Maybe it will work. Maybe it will work that way, and, I could, use my PC that way. And then, when I get the new disc, I could just slot that in and then not have to deal with that anymore. Even if it even allows me to. Again, this PC, the way it was built is very unfortunate, and I can't even access my RAM slots. So it is a real question of if I'm even able to install a second hard drive in there, and not a real question of when I install a second hard drive in there. But hopefully I will be able to. Hopefully eventually I will be able to. And then I'll get in there, and then we won't really have to worry about much else after that. Hopefully, anyway. Hmm. And honestly, you know, I feel like they missed some potential here. Because, you see, there's just a simple corridor. Yeah, there's a simple underwater corridor with not much to it. And I honestly feel like Juice could have expanded on that. Like, they could have built, a huge underwater corridor and then had, like a central room where you had to solve some kind of puzzle or do something in it. And, they could have really had that instead of just like just a normal corridor because, that'd be cool, um, and really is one thing that I see very underutilized in a lot of VRChat maps is underwater areas, especially underwater rooms. Because yeah, most of the time, a lot of people just do not do it. A lot of people focus on space stuff or airships or liminal spaces or that sort of thing. No, they hardly ever do underwater stuff, but here, they could have seriously done that. And alas, they missed the opportunity to. So, yeah, that is just really, I don't know. That's kind of unfortunate, to be honest. And now that's even something that Epilogue Chapter 2 didn't take advantage of. Is a little underwater space where people could do shit or shit could actually be going on and not just like a corridor underwater. But that is really the only big complaint about this map I have is that this entire area is just missing like there's a lot of potential that was wasted here to to basically build an entire underwater like area here and then have the player do something in it. But I digress. So let's continue on. Now this What the fuck? That wasn't quite what I meant. When I said add more shit juice. What the? Yeah, that wasn't quite what I meant when I said. There we go. And now that's powered. I mean, we can now. And also, one more key detail I should point out. Notice how all these objects are objects from from the original room that have been basically either supersized or have been shrunken down in some ways or warped by whatever's going on here. Like, for instance, the Rubik's Cube, that was originally on the shelf. And now here we have, you know, or had the big Rubik's Cube that turned his key. Or how the skateboard was the skateboard in the corner of the room, or how the Donkey Kong game was the Donkey Kong game in the you pretty much get by now. So what I'm saying is that basically, it's using assets or items from all across the room itself, and they are basically being basically rearranged into this sort of expanse, or different items you find across this expanse as you explore. Which, by the way, these Tesla coils, these lightning rods, they were originally that lightning ball on the shelf, if you remember back to the beginning. So again, same sort of thing. There we go. Chat! There we go. Hell yeah. What the? Oh, there we are. You almost lost the remote. Fuck, I need to really, make sure it doesn't, slip out of my hands. Oh yeah, by the way, you can actually watch, different scenes of shows repeating on this. Well, for instance, if we click here, I do not recognize this, but I imagine it's from some anime. That's pretty obvious. Uh, King of the Hill, which is a show I actually watched, for a little while. I don't watch it much anymore, though. I don't really watch TV much anymore. Aside from, like, the show that a few of these characters I'm gonna name coming up are from. Like, Rias Gramori, Setsuna FSA, he's from Gundam 00, those sorts of shows. But those are the only ones I really watch nowadays. Ever since we got rid of our cable box, I don't really watch a lot of TV anymore. There's Night Finder, for those of you who remember that. And then there's, oh boy, the memories are flood back. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you to solve a mystery? And then there's Star Trek. I was a really big Star Trek fan back in 2014, which, by the way, was the worst year of my life. Not gonna get into 2014 much more than that. Other than, it was the worst year of my life and it sucked. He-Man! I have the power! By the power of Grayskull! And then some toy ad. ah! ah! This TV is a literal miniature nostalgia dispenser. Best way ever. Hey, by the way, my voice sounds a little scratchy. That's because yeah, I haven't been streaming in a while, and my voice was not properly warmed up for this. And to end all this madness and return to the actual world, all you gotta do, and there you are. As you can see over here, sometimes I do wonder, I do wish, um, Vacancy used the original motion programs and shit for this rendo. Like, I do understand why they changed the OS a bit for this particular Sienna, but it does make it very hard to see sometimes. But yeah, as you can see here, the underwater section was from the aquarium. And again, they missed the potential there because, well, I'll get into that when I discuss the map overall, but yeah. There's the oceanographer, aquarium. There's where the lightning rod's from. The lightning ball. There's where that light is from. The light bulb. big plushy dinosaur that we saw in the Jurassic Park scene. The jar of fireflies. Saw there. The Are all of his relatives Forbes? It damn sure seems like it. Then again, Juice did make the Forb. So they are very proud of it, needless to say. And then in that big room with the Rubik's Cube, that's where the whole skylight came from, was this clock. Which actually does appear to be working. And then here's the Rubik's Cube itself. Right here. And the skateboard question. And also, this is where the Donkey Kong game came from. Just, show off where all the objects and scenes came from and, kind of demonstrate my point to this world. That, basically, you use a magnet, something goes wrong, you get thrown into this weird expanse, and it's made up of a bunch of objects from various parts of this room and all that. So, yeah. And by the way, the magnet actually does work. Like, if you see here, it actually warps the TV. And, in fact, when you use the player, like I'm going to do here in a minute, let me see. Oh, God! Ugh. Less than 2. Fuck, that is not what I want. There we go. I should have really prepared this beforehand, but oh well. There we go. Go. Lesson 2! And by the way, this actually does have very basic audio link. And yeah, we're gonna be listening to this as I give my closing thoughts on this world. Because why the fuck not? This is my channel outro and intro, so Okay, yeah, never mind. Apparently, any video player just makes my PC fucking free. There we go. Now Vixen's done with its usual bout of freakouts, and it's fully stable again. This PC's an embarrassment. I I do not know what caused it to freak out like that. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Mm. But yeah, if my PC didn't freak out upon me trying to use the video player, um, I would demonstrate that it also um can warp shit on the video player as well. And it could like cause the screen to get all distorted and stuff and cause that kind of stuff. Um so yeah, that was basically what I was intending to demonstrate there. But alas, my PC just wasn't having it. It's very rare my PC freaks out in this game. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it at the time. It's weird. This PC's weird and wonky and just I don't know. It just gets very wacky with certain shit. Like video players for whatever reason just doesn't like. So yeah. Hopefully I can find a better way or like a better method to network that isn't shale USB Wi-Fi dongles from Netgear. Which, by the way, I am trying to replace because Netgear's drivers are pure poison. Um, the Netgear drivers are the cause of a lot of tech hiccups with my PC and are just toxic as fuck to it. So I am absolutely going to replace the Netgear Wi-Fi card as soon as I can. That shit is poison. Um, but yeah. Um, so, what do you think about this world? I think it is one of the best worlds I've seen, at least as far as adventure worlds go. Now, it is a little short. Um, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little short. And, there. It honestly feels as if the rooms do get a little samey at times. Like I get they were trying to do it up where it's basically all these elements from the room are merged into like this big space via some weird experiment with magnets, and that is pretty cool. But it did get a little samey sometimes, and but the lore was cool. The mechanics were really awesome, especially the push pull thing. We need more worlds that have unique shit like that. You know, I guess it's hard to program for a lot of people, but I don't see why there are so few fucking worlds that have that shit. Like there needs to be more. Um, Another thing I would talk about is oh yeah, and some of the music I did kind of hear did remind me a lot of Off-Peak or Tales from Off-Peak City, and was in fact a soundtrack from that, or I think it was anyway. So it does make me wonder if they have a connection. Is Juice somehow connected to Cosmo D? And if so, how? Like, that's a big riddle of the day. But, other than that, absolutely excellent world. I loved it. Now, some of it is a little odd. Or rather, no, some of it, there are some complaints I have. Um, number one, though I do get why he did it, the whole addition of, that specific part, the, extra coil, and, it being need to light up the Rubik's Cube room. I don't know. I don't really like that. Like, that could have been better done elsewhere. Like, or rather, uh, other things could have been added instead of that. Like, actual, like, underwater gameplay. Like, an entire underwater room where the shallow walkway is. And, that is one thing I will bring up. That there is a lot of wasted potential here. It is a good map, but there is a lot of wasted potential, especially with the underwater area, because all we got for underwater shit was this little walkway, and while that is good, uh, it's kind of like how everyone else does it. Like, they could have better done it where they put an entire underwater room, and then, had you solve a puzzle, and then, or, do something, and then that, open up the rest of the area. Like, they could have seriously done that. But, alas, they didn't, as usual. But I digress. That is just my thoughts. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someday when I have like a big map developer as my friend, I'll have and I get my big homeworld finished, I'll have like a little underwater area that does take advantage of that. But who knows? Who knows? Um, as for what else? What else? And the little TV at the end, that was a very fun touch too. Because damn, it brought back a lot of memories. Oh Jesus, it brought back so many fucking memories at once. It was so wonderful. But yeah, very, very well done map. Um, even despite not taking full advantage of everything, it was very well done. And I do think that that is very a good one, even despite its glaring issues there. And also, I do want to take one last minute note and show you what the coins are for. And that is one thing I will say, is that the coins are very well hidden, and they're actually useful. You can actually use them to open up these little plushies here. And get a fox plush and a bunch of other shit. So again, very, very cool. But yeah. Given that, he is the inventor of the Forb, Juice is an expert in plushies, needless to say. But anyway, I had a good time. And also the Jurassic Park. The old Jurassic Park thing, that was when that was only a good reference. That was when, I was like, that was when I started realizing that Juice really had, like, this was really just like a huge leap over his original worlds. Like, sure, Five Skies was good, but this was just on a whole other level. Um, Compared to Five Skies, especially with the animations and all that, like it was really really good. And who knows, maybe he will eventually come up with some organism level shit eventually later down the line. I bet he will. I mean, if this way he's got up his sleeve, then there's no way he won't eventually evolve into, doing that kind of stuff, but that's neither here nor there. Overall, I'd rate this world 9.7 out of 10. Uh there is some wasted potential, especially with the underwater section, but it is really, really good. And what is there is really well done, really polished, really quite just incredible. And I definitely recommend you check this out. It does not require that much to run at all, but if you have the time, go ahead and check it out. What more can I say? So yeah, that's pretty much it for this stream. Tomorrow I'm gonna try installing um Fallout 4 and see what happens. Um, I really do not know if it's gonna, well, actually no. Later today I'm gonna install Fallout 4 because tomorrow's Steam Maintenance Day. So tomorrow I won't be able to install Fallout 4. Um, but yeah, I am. Tomorrow we're gonna try playing Fallout 4 and see what happens. That's more like it. That's more like it. Um, and see, will it go wrong? Will everything go right? What will happen? What will happen? And that's I will also try to figure out how to free up hard drive space to do so in the meantime. But yeah, that is pretty much my plans um, for tomorrow anyway. Over the next few weeks, by the end of the week, I will decide whether or not I should go through with the upgrade. I am currently very unsure as to whether or not I should, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe it will turn out for the best, and maybe it will actually work. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, thank you all for watching this wonderful stream here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, whatever. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for Fall 4 if I actually get that installed. So yeah, good night, everyone. Stay classy, everyone, and good night. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for Fall 4 if I do actually get that installed. So yeah, see you there, everyone.